सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। अखण्डं सच्चिदानन्दम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम् आत्मानमखिलाधारम् आश्रयेऽभीष्टसिद्धये अर्थतोऽप्यद्वयानन्दान् अतीतद्वैतभानतः गुरूणाराध्य वेदान्त सारं वक्ष्ये यथामति। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। In the definition of Adhyaropa, it was said Vastuni Avastvaropaha, and Avastu is defined as Ajnanadi, and that Ajnanadi is being elaborated. In that Ajnanadi, first Ajnanam is talked about. And Ajnanam was talked about as Vyashti Samashti, Upadhi of Jiva, Ishvara. And what are the titles? Ajnanam has, Ajnana Upahita Chaitanyam has. And oneness of Vyashti Samashti Ajnanam, oneness of Vyashti Ajnana Upahita Chaitanya, Samashti Ajnana Upahita Chaitanyam, and also Anupahita Chaitanyam was talked about as the Turiyam and as the Mahavakyartha, Mahavakya Lakshyartha. Now, Acharya wants to talk about the creation, and for creation to happen, Brahman needs to have some factor. So Brahman itself cannot be the cause, because cause generally undergoes a modification and Brahman is changeless. Therefore some extra factor should be there, and that extra factor is Ajnanam. And how Ajnanam is capable of creating this world, projecting this world? For that it was said, Asya Ajnanasya Avarana Vikshepanamakam Asti Shakti Dvayam. This Ajnanam has twofold power, Namakam having the name Avarana and Vikshepa. Avarana Shakti, veiling power, Vikshepa Shakti, projecting power, the power of projection. And then Avarana Shakti was defined. Avarana Shakti tavat. First of all, Avarana Shakti is Samarthyam, is a particular Samarthyam, particular capacity. And to explain that capacity, the example was given, Alpaha api Megaha, even limited Megaha cloud, Aneka Yojanayatam Aditya Mandalam Achadayati Iva. Even though this cloud is very small, limited, it as though covers the sun. What type of sun? Or solar disk? Aneka Yojanayatam Aditya Mandalam. The solar disk which is spread over many miles. How does it do? Avalokayitru Nayanapatha Pidhayakataya. As a factor covering the path of the sight of the observer. In simple words, by covering the path of sight of the observer, Megaha cloud as though covers the sun. It creates the experience of the sun being covered. Similarly, yatha, this is the example, tatha, similarly, ajnanam, ignorance, also achadayati iva, as though covers what? Atmanam, the self. Even though ajnanam is parichinnam api ajnanam, even though the ignorance is limited, atma apekshaya parichinnam, because ajnanam is subject to negation, and therefore it is parichinnam. Parichinnam api ajnanam atmanam achadayati iva, as though covers the self. What type of atma? Aparichinnam, limitless. Asamsarinam, which is free from samsara. And this adjective is given here, asamsarinam, means atma is asamsari by itself, but avarana shakti creates the ground for making it appear samsari. Therefore asamsarinam atmanam aparichinnam atmanam achadayati, as though covers. How? Avalokayitru buddhi pidhayakataya, being the pidhayaka, a factor covering factor, being a covering factor for the buddhi, the intellect of avalokayitru pramata, the knower. It is covering the buddhi of the person, and therefore atma as though gets covered. So buddhi is supposed to appreciate atma, and that buddhi's capacity to know is covered, and therefore atma appears to be covered. So ajnanam as though covers the self. Tadrisham samarthyam, such power of ajnanam is called avarana shakti. So avarana shakti is the power of ajnanam to cover the self as it were. How does it do? Buddhi pidhayakataya, by covering the buddhi. It really does not cover the atma, but it covers the buddhi of the person, and therefore atma appears to be covered. So here Tikakara says nicely, Vastutaha ajnanasya atmachadakatva bhavepi. In reality, ajnana does not have the capacity of covering the atma, but pramatru buddhi matrachadakatvena ajnanasya atmachadakatvam upacharat uchyate. Upacharat means in figurative sense it is said. How? Pramatru buddhi matrachadakatvena. Ajnanam has that much capacity to cover the buddhi of the person. So by covering the buddhi of the person, pramata, the knower, ajnanasya atmachadakatvam, the covering of the capacity of covering the self, upacharat uchyate, is said in a figurative sense. Like cloud really does not cover the sun, but it is said to be covering in figurative sense. Similarly, ajnanam really does not cover atma, but it covers the buddhi. Therefore, it is said to be covering atma. Because buddhi is supposed to know the atma, and buddhi is the path between the buddhi and atma, figuratively speaking. The path between the buddhi and atma is covered by ajnanam, as it were. And therefore what happens? Cannot see, cannot appreciate atma. And therefore ajnanam is upacharat achadaka, and that capacity of veiling atma, as it were, is called avarana shakti. And taduktam, that has been told by Hastamalakacharya, is a very popular shloka. Ganachanna drishtihi ganachannam arkam yatha manyate. Just as a person who is ganachanna drishtihi, whose sight, drishti means sight, channa, covered by the cloud. A person whose sight is covered by the clouds, manyate, considers what? Arkam ghanachannam, considers the sun to be ghanachannam. covered by the clouds. A person whose sight is covered by the clouds considers the sun to be covered by the clouds. Like if my feet are covered by the shoes, then the whole earth is covered for me. Isn't it? When my feet are covered, the whole earth is covered. And so, ganachanna drashtihi ganachannam arkam yatha manyate. And atimudaha, that very deluded person, nishprabham cha manyate, consider the sun to be nishprabham, dim, devoid of splendor, devoid of effulgence. Nirgata prabha yasmat saha nishprabha tam. So he considered the sun to be dull. Today sunlight is not there, very dim. So he will say nishprabham manyate. So just as very deluded person whose sight is covered by the clouds considers the sun to be covered by the clouds and sun to be nishprabham, lusterless, lackluster, so he considers him to be free, devoid of light. Nishprabham is devoid of light. So they will say today no sunlight, they will say no sunlight. Tatha, similarly, yaha, the self, baddhavat abhati, appears to be bound. The self which appears to be bound, to whom? Mudha drashtehe, for the people of deluded knowledge, deluded vision. Saha, that self. Saha atma, aham, I am that atma. Aham saha atma, I am that self which appears to be bound to the people of deluded vision. And how is that self? Nityopalabdhi swarupaha aham atma. I am of the nature of timeless consciousness. Upalabdhi means here shine. Upalabdhi means experience. Here it is in the sense of consciousness. Jnanam. Upalabdhi is jnanam. And here nitya jnana swarupa. So I am of the nature, I am the self of the nature of timeless consciousness which appears to be bound to the people of deluded vision. Okay, let us put in a simple words. So I am that Atma which appears to be bound for ignorant people. So it is not that when the experience of bondage is there, some different Atma has come. Even when I appear to be bound, I am the same ever free self. So this Hastamalakacharya says, I am that Chaitanya Swarupa Atma which appears to be bound but which is ever free. Baddhavat bhati, appears like bound. Baddhavat, as if bound. But who is really ever free? That self I am. So the self which appears to be bound to ignorant people, but really which is ever free and of the nature of timeless consciousness, that self I am. So here what is the main point here? Ghanachanna drashtihi ganachanna markam yatha manyate. So that example is taken. And also the Dashtanta also, that one who appears to be bound but who is ever free, that I am. Why he appears to be bound to whom? Mudha drashtehe. So when Mudha drashti is there, the deluded vision is there, deluded way of understanding is there, then Baddhavat bhati. Alright. So in this paragraph, Avarana Shakti of Ajnanam was talked about. And what is Avarana Shakti? Capacity of ignorance to as though cover the self. Alright. And this Avarana Shakti is there at the level of Jiva, because of which there is a projection which becomes the basis for the projection of I am Karta, Bhokta, etc. And same Ajnanam is as though covering Ishvara from the standpoint of Jiva. For Ishvara cover is not there, but Brahman is as though covered by the capacity of Ajnanam, by covering the sight of Jiva, and therefore there is a basis for projection of the world. So this Avarana Shakti is functioning at the individual level by creating Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva, Buddhi, and also it is operating at the cosmic level by providing the basis for the projection of the world. Okay. Now, this Avarana Shakti, how it is becoming the basis for samsara, what is the contribution of Avarana Shakti in the experience of samsara, that is explained in the next sentence. Uktam Avarana Shaktim tat karya dvara buddhim arohayati. This Avarana Shakti, Uktam, Avarana Shakti which was told, that is explained by its product, by its effect. What does Avarana Shakti do? How it becomes the basis for samsara, that is explained. Anaya avrutasya atmanaha kartrutva bhoktrutva sukhitva dukkhitvaadi samsara sambhavana api bhavati. Yatha svajnanena avrutayam rajvam sarpatva sambhavana. Here he says, Yatha, we'll take the example part first. Yatha, just as Rajvam, in the roop, Sarpatva Sambhavana, the possibility of appearing as a snake. In the roop, the possibility of appearing as a snake happens. When does it happen? Avrutayam Rajvam. When the rope is covered. Covered by what? Swa Ajnanena. By its own ignorance. Means ignorance regarding oneself. When the rope is covered by rope ignorance, then in such covered rope there is a possibility of the projection of the status of the snake. Means when Avarana Shakti is there, then only the Vikshepa Shakti will do its job. So Avarana Shakti creates the basis, creates the ground, provides the ground for Vikshepa Shakti to work. That's what yesterday we were saying, that somebody, he covers himself. He has got some selfish agenda, but he covers it by some manipulative talk, and the manipulative tendency is covered, and then he projects himself to be a very benign, very benevolent person. Even in magic show, if you know, they will be always having so much light be moving, they do it. So starting again becoming dim, so that they do it. So that our sight is covered. We are dazzled, sometimes too much light. So that, we don't, we won't have the capacity to observe very minutely. Otherwise, I will see that how that person is taking out from his sleeve only. What something is taking out is from there only. But they don't allow us to think. Therefore, some people, they talk too much, so they don't allow other person to think. So many things he will tell, ask question and all this. So his mind is veiled, and then he will present his idea. So here also, Swagnanena avruttayam rajvam sarpatva sambhavana. Sarpatva sambhavana is what? The possibility of projection. Sarpa is a projection. So how rope which is free from snakeness can appear as a snake? It becomes possible when avrutayam, when Rajju is covered. In life we can see this. Whenever we are misguided, we had ignorance. If we have ignorance, then only we can be misguided. Otherwise we cannot be. If somebody tells, I get sometime, you also might be getting, you have got a job of 35,000 rupees per month income, something like that. Or your bank account, this much money is credited. I don't have bank account. How money can be credited? So I am not misguided. You contact this, they will say some site link. So when we have knowledge, we will not be misguided. Therefore, Jnanam is presented in Shastra as a protector. Avatu, Jnana Pradhanena, Vidya Pradhanena, Mam Avatu. So we need to see that knowledge is protecting power. If you have knowledge, you will not be misguided. You are protected. So here, when protection is not there, the Ajnanam has done its job, then Sarpatva Sambhavana. Drishtanta. Dashtanta is what? Anaya avrutasya atmanaha. The self which is covered by this anaya means this avarana shaktya. For that self there is sambhavana. For the self which is covered by the veiling power of ignorance, there is a sambhavana, possibility. Possibility of what? Samsara. Kasya? Asamsarina atmana. Atma which is asamsari. For that asamsari atma, there is a possibility of appearing as a samsari. A samsara. Possibility of samsara. What type of samsara? Kartrutva, bhoktrutva, sukhitva, dukhitvadi. Kartrutva rupa samsara. The samsara characterized by or in the form of doership, bhoktrutva, enjoyership or experiencership, sukhitva. Sukhitva means there is being happy, dukkhitva, being unhappy, adi, anishatva, helplessness. So such samsara sambhavana bhavati takes place. So what is said here? For the self which is covered by the veiling power of ignorance, bhavati, there is a possibility. It has already happened. There is a possibility of samsara, the bondage in the form of kartrutva, bhoktrutva, sukhitva, dukkhitva. So what is the point highlighted here? When the self is covered by this avarana shakti of ajnanam, then only there is a possibility of samsara. Samsara for the atma, which is asamsari. And here samsara swarupam is given. Kartrutva samsara. Kartrutvam is a samsara, bondage. One has to see it. In fact, most of the people, they enjoy, I can do this, I can do this. So he thinks that Kartrutvam is something what is called positive. Yes, initially Kartrutvam is a positive because it helps you to do action and you can purify. But if we see from the standpoint of the moksha, Kartrutvam is a bondage. Why? whenever there is kartrutvam, there is guilt. There is competitiveness. When you are doing something, when you consider yourself to be a doer, then what happens? Oh, I am a small doer, that person is a big doer. And this kartrutvam is such a thing, you always feel that, oh, I did not do up to the mark. I could have done better. And guilt is there. Oh, I could have said this at that time. How come I did not say this? So, guilt of omissions and guilt of commission. Why did I do this? I should have kept quiet. I had decided to keep quiet. But see, I could not keep quiet. So, there is a guilt based on omission and commission. Therefore, it is samsara. And you cannot avoid this. This, as long as kartrutvam is there, the sense of doership is there as a sense, with sense of reality. I am really a karta, then it cannot be avoided. And bhoktrutvam is there, then I am experiencing different things. Therefore, what will happen? I will have this hurt. I am hurted by some people. They say hurted. I am hurted by some people. So that will happen. In fact, this, if you say, if somebody said hurted and we laugh, that means hurted further. The hurt is that hurt only. Therefore, Pujya Swamiji said, hurt will hurt. Yeah. So, bhoktrutvam is samsara because it causes hurt. One has to see very intimately. Then only this vairagyam will be there, that I don't want to claim my kartrutva. Otherwise, there is a tendency to somehow show, I did it. And people say, yes, you did well. Yes, yes, I did it. This is how I am. And then you catch that time, and afterwards you think that, oh, how nice kartrutvam is there, so I can glorify myself. But next minute or next day itself, you will see, get the blow. Somebody criticizes you. What type of work you have done? If you don't know, you leave this job. Why are you doing this? So you feel, my God, it is samsara. Bhoktrutvam also samsara. So one has to see this samsaratvam of kartrutva and bhoktrutva very well. Then only one will have commitment to appreciate and abide in the knowledge of akarta, abhokta. This point we have seen earlier, that the nature of moksha which is talked about in Shastra, does it appeal to me first? Because he said what? Moksha means what? You are no more karta, no more bhokta, sukhi dukhitvam is not there. Then what? I am consciousness. That's all. I am just consciousness, So, are you able to appreciate? That is why one needs to see the beauty of moksha. Unless one sees the beauty of moksha, one will not have sincere commitment to this moksha. Some fancy will maybe driving, but this real commitment will come when I see, yes, how nice it is that I don't claim any kartrutvam. I don't have the need to claim any kartrutvam. I don't have the need for any bhoga. Without bhoga also I am okay. I don't require something to be happy, something to enjoy. There is no such need. Similarly, sukhitva, dukhitva. In fact, sukhitva, dukhitva can be included in the bhoktrutvam, but they are very predominant status in our life. Therefore, separately mentioned. Otherwise, bhoktrutvam, sukha, dukkha, anya, tara, sakshatkara, vatvam only. But separately mentioned because we are like pendulum, we are tossed between this sukha and dukkha. Sukhitvam and dukhitvam. Now sukhi, then dukhi. Again sukhi, again dukhi. And dukhitvam is a samsara. It is understandable because bondage is that what one doesn't want, and dukhitvam nobody wants. That is understand. But how come sukhitvam is samsara? Because in sukhitvam you have got a notion that sukha, I have become sukhi because of this, because of that. So in sukhitvam you have this idea of attributing your sukha to something, some people, some situations, some objects. And then what will be consequence? You will try to hold on to that. When you think that I am sukhi because of this person, then I want to hold on to that person. I become possessive about that person. I really strangulate that person. And that person will not remain with me for a long time because I am so possessive. Nobody should look at him, or nobody should look at her. He should talk to me only and should not talk to anybody else. That type of thing, and that person will leave. Then what will happen? Dukhitvam will come. And therefore sukhitvam is samsara. So any idea about the self involving the individuality is samsara. Any idea involving individuality. Karta means individuality. Bhokta individuality. Sukhi means individuality. Dukhitvam individuality. So any idea about the self involving this sense of individuality is samsara. Whatever it is. If you say I am powerful, samsara. I am dull, samsara. I am helpless, of course, that also is samsara. So I am superior is samsara, I am inferior also is samsara. So this samsara sambhavana, when does it happen? Anaya avrutasya atmana. When avarana shakti has covered the self, then only the kartrutva, bhoktrutva, sukhitva, dukhitva, the samsara sambhavana happens. When avarana goes away, then this kartrutva, bhoktrutva notion is not there. Alright. And therefore, avarana shakti is a contributor to this experience of samsara. That is what is said in this paragraph. Having talked about this avarana shakti, now vikshepa shakti is talked about. Okay. And this vikshepa shakti description will help us to understand that how Paramatma, even though changeless, appears to be or said to be the cause of this world. How is it possible? Because of vikshepa shakti of ajnanam. विक्षेप शक्ति हेतु यथा रज्ज्वज्ञानम् स्वावृतं रज्जौ स्वशक्त्या सर्पादिकम् उद्भावयति एवं अज्ञानम् अपि स्वावृतात्मनि स्वशक्त्या आकाशादि प्रपंचम उद्भावयति तादृशं सामर्थ्यं तदुक्तं विक्षेप शक्तिर्लिंगादि ब्रह्मांडान्तं जगत् सृजेत्. So it says, what is Vikshepa Shakti? Power of projection. So Avarana Shakti has veiled Atma, which is Brahman, and then this Vikshepa Shakti projects this entire world, superimpose upon the entire world on this Brahman, on this Atma. That is said here. Vikshepa Shakti hetu, however, but Vikshepa Shakti is Samarthyam, is a particular capacity. What type of capacity? He explains with the help of an example. Yatha, Just as Rajvajnanam, ignorance of the rope, Swavrutam, Swavruta Rajjo, which should be one word, Swavruta Rajjo, in the rope which is covered by itself. Itself Swa refers to what? Ajnanam. Just as the ignorance of the rope Udbhavayati, projects Sarpadikam, snake, etc. Where? Rajjo, on the rope. What type of rope? Swavruta, covered by oneself. So Swavruta Rajjo, one word. Just as ignorance of the rope projects snake, etc. on the rope which is covered by itself. Rajju Ajnanam. Swashaktya. So first, Avrana Shaktya Swavrutam Rajjo. So Rajju which is covered by the Avrana Shakti of Rajju Ajnanam. And then Swashaktya, by its own power of projection, Sarpadikam Udbhavayati. In an Nijanta, Udbhavayati. Regular one be Udbhavati, this is Udbhavayati. Udbhavayati means projects, creates. Make rise means creates, projects. So just as Rajju Ajnanam creates, projects this Sarpadikam on the rope which is covered by itself. And how does it do? Swashaktya, through its power. Vikshepa Shaktya. So just as the ignorance of the rope projects Sarpadikam through his power on the rope which is covered by itself. Acha. And this is the Drishtanta. Evam. In the same manner, similarly, Ajnanamapi, even ignorance. Atma Ajnanam. Here Ajnanam should be understood as Atma Ajnanam. The ignorance of the self. Swavrutatmani Swashaktya Akashadi Prapancham Udbhavayati. Projects. Udbhavayati projects Akashadi Prapancham. The world consisting of Akashadi, space, etc. How? Swashaktya, through its power of projection. So Atma Ajnanam, ignorance of the self, projects the world consisting of Akashadi, Prapancha, the world, Akashadi, consisting of space, etc. Swashaktya, through its power. Where does it project? Atmani, on the self. What type of self? Swa Avrita, covered by oneself. Similarly, even ignorance, Atma Ajnanam. Here Ajnanam is Atma Ajnanam. The ignorance of the self projects the world consisting of space, etc. through its power on the self covered by itself. Tadrisham Samarthyam, such power of Ajnanam to project the Akashadi Prapancha on the self is called Vikshepa Shakti. So power of projecting the universe consisting of space, etc. is called Vikshepa Shakti. So once Avaranam is there, then Vikshepa Shakti can function. How it functions? That was shown here by projecting Akashadi Prapancha. For that example is just as Rajju Ajnanam projects the snake, etc. through its power on the self which is covered by ignorance. And for that the statement from Vakya Sudha, otherwise called Drigdrishya Viveka. Vakya Sudha is another name for Drigdrishya Viveka. Taduktam, it has been told what? Vikshepa Shaktir Lingadi, the power of projection, Srujet, would create Jagat, the world, starting with Linga Sharira. Lingadi means starting with Linga Sharira. Brahmandantam, ending with the gross universe. Brahmanda refers gross. So Vikshepa Shakti would creates the world starting with Linga, Sukshma Sharira, subtle body, and up to the gross universe. So that is said in Vakya Sudha by Shankaracharya ji. Now, in the next shloka, next paragraph, how consciousness conditioned by this Ajnanam gets the status of Upadana and Nimitta. So question is raised. Is Brahma Upadana Karana or Nimitta Karanam for the world? It cannot become Upadana because Upadana will be modifying, it will be undergoing a change, and if it is Upadana, then its gunas will be there in the Prapancha. So Upadana Brahman is Chaitanyam, so Prapancha also should be Chaitanyam. Because Karana Gunaha Karyeshu Anugataha Bhavanti. So Upadana Karanam it cannot be. And Nimitta Karanam also it cannot be. Because Nimitta Karanam is not Karya Vyapi. He does not pervade the effect. Whereas Brahman is supposed to be pervading everything. So it cannot be Nimitta Karanam also. So Avarana, Upadana Karana it cannot be, Nimitta Karana it cannot be. Then how do you say Brahman is Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam? How it is made possible? For that answer is given in the next sentence. Shaktidvayavad Ajnanopahitam Chaitanyam Swapradhanataya Nimittam Swopadi-pradhanataya Upadanam cha bhavati Swopadi-pradhanataya Upadanam cha bhavati. Chaitanyam, consciousness, which is Brahma. What type of consciousness? Ajnanopahitam, conditioned by ignorance. Here ignorance should be understood as Maya. Consciousness conditioned by Ajnanam. And what type of Ajnanam? Shakti-dvayavat, endowed with twofold powers. So consciousness conditioned by Ajnanam. Which Ajnanam? Which is endowed with twofold power, Avarana and Vikshepa. So Avarana Vikshepa Shakti-vat, Shakti-dvayavat Ajnanopahitam Chaitanyam, which is popularly known as Ishvara. So consciousness conditioned by Ajnanam, otherwise called Maya, which is having twofold power, veiling and projecting, that Chaitanyam, otherwise called Ishvara, Nimittam bhavati, means Nimitta Karanam bhavati, becomes the efficient cause. Then question will be that Nimitta Karanam will have some Vyapara, like pot maker is a Nimitta Karanam. So pot maker will have some Vyapara. Brahman is not supposed to have Vyapara. Then how it becomes Nimitta? Then we say that consciousness by mere its presence makes the Ajnanam active. And from the standpoint of this consciousness, From the standpoint of the predominance of consciousness, this Ajnanopahita Chaitanyam, Ishvara, becomes Nimitta Karana. Swapradhanataya Nimittam Bhavati. Ishvara becomes Nimitta Karanam. Chaitanya Swarupa Ishvara becomes a Nimitta Karanam. Swapradhanataya. Being predominant by itself or from the standpoint of itself. Here Swa refers to consciousness. So Chaitanyam with Ajnana Upadhi becomes a Nimitta Karanam from the standpoint of itself, consciousness. So in Ishvara there are two aspects, two constituents. One is Ajnana Upadhi, Maya Upadhi, and other one is Chaitanyam. So both together are getting the title Ishvara. And that Ishvara becomes Nimitta Karanam how? Swapradhanataya. From the standpoint of the predominance of oneself, consciousness, it is Nimitta Karana. So Chaitanya Pradhanyena Ishvaraha Nimitta Karanam Bhavati. From the standpoint of the predominance of consciousness, it's become Nimitta Karanam. Because Nimitta Karanam has to be Chaitana. So Chaitanya Drishtya Nimitta Karanam Bhavati. And the question is there that how this Brahman, this Chaitanyam, which is Nirvikara, can become Nimitta. Because Nimitta Karana will have some activity. Without activity, Nimitta Karana cannot convert the Upadana Karanam into Karyam. For a pot maker to make this clay into pot, it has to do something. So how consciousness can be? For that our answer is that Sannidhi Matrena Ajnanam Prerayati. Like a magnet. Like a magnet, without doing anything, makes the iron files dancing, moving. So similarly, this Chaitanyam, by mere its presence, enlivens the Ajnanam, which has got twofold power, Avarana Vikshepa, and thereby it becomes Nimitta. Swasannidhi Matrena Ajnanam Karyashilam Karayan Nimittam Bhavati. Making this Ajnanam active by mere its presence, it becomes Nimitta. Nimitta Karanam. And Swa Upadhi Pradhanataya. And from the standpoint of the predominance of its Upadhi. What is Upadhi? Maya. So Mayopadi Pradhanataya. From the standpoint of the predominance of the Upadhi, Ajnanam, Upadanam cha bhavati, becomes Upadanam, material cause. Because material cause undergoes a change. And therefore, Upadhi Pradhanyena, this change is possible. And therefore, Upadhi Pradhanataya Upadanam bhavati. So, Ishvara, who has got two aspects, Maya aspects and Chaitanya aspect. From the standpoint of Chaitanya aspect, Nimittam bhavati. From the standpoint of Maya aspect, Upadanam bhavati. And Pradhanataya indicates what? That it is not that Chaitanyam is not there as Upadana Karana. Chaitanyam is there, but Pradhanyam is given to Maya because Upadana Karana generally implies a change. And therefore, Swopadi Pradhanataya Upadanam Bhavati, Swapradhanataya Nimittam Bhavati. Therefore, Ishvara is Nimitta Karanam or Upadanam? Both. Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. We have seen Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. Vigraha, you have seen, no? Yes. What is the Vigraha?
Abhinna Nimittam Karanam Yasmat Saha
Abhinnam Nimittam
Abhinnam Nimittatis Abhinnam Nimitta Karanatis abhinna nimitta karanam, and abhinnam nimitta karanam yasmat.
अभिन्न निमित्तम च तद उपादानम च. अभिन्न निमित्त उपादान कारण. अभिन्नम निमित्तात अभिन्न निमित्तम, and अभिन्न निमित्तम च तद उपादानम. तद अभिन्न निमित्त उपादानम, and अभिन्न निमित्तम च तद कारणम च अभिन्न निमित्त उपादान कारण.
Other way also.
Okay, yeah, this is one easy way of saying. अभिन्न निमित्त, अभिन्नम निमित्तम यस्मात्. अभिन्नम निमित्तम यस्मात् अभिन्न निमित्तम, अभिन्न निमित्तम च एव उपादान कारणं च. अभिन्न निमित्त उपादान कारणं. All right. So it is the material cause which is non-separate from efficient cause. All right. Then, so now ground is ready. That Ishvara is Nimitta Karanam, Upadana Karanam, and from that Ishvara, Jagat is born. And Jagat is born from Ishvara, who is Upadana Karanam from the standpoint of its Upadhi. And therefore, Ajnanam, which is unmanifest Nama Rupa, from that manifest Nama Rupas are born. Nama Rupas become manifest. And that is what is the creation. Creation is nothing but manifestation of unmanifest. And that creation which is presented in the Shastra following the model of Panchamahabhuta is given in from the next sentence. Tamah pradhana vikshepa shakti mat. Oh yeah, sorry, example I forgot. Yatha luta tantu karyam prati swapradhanataya nimittam swasharira pradhanataya upadanam cha bhavati. Okay. Yatha, just as luta, spider, tantu karyam prati, with regard to the product in the form of cobweb, web, towards that, with regard to the effect in the form of cobweb or thread, swapradhanataya, as or from the standpoint of predominance of oneself, nimittam bhavati, becomes the efficient cause. From the standpoint of the predominance of oneself as an intelligent being, nimittam bhavati, it becomes efficient cause, because spider as an intelligent being plants, directs the body, and therefore nimittam bhavati. Swasharira pradhanataya, from the standpoint of the predominance of one's own body, upadanam cha bhavati, becomes the material cause. So luta, the spider, has got two aspects, swasharira and swa, himself, he and his body, together is luta. So swapradhanataya, and here swa should be understood as an intelligent being. As an intelligent being, it is nimitta karanam, and from the standpoint of the body, it is upadana karanam bhavati. Similarly, ajnanopahitam chaitanyam swapradhanataya nimittam, and swaupadhi pradhanataya upadanam cha bhavati. Then how creation happens, which is described in the next sentence, we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।